inputs coming for our viewers. Pallavi, stay with us because that's the breaking news we are bringing to our viewers. There's been action, fresh action taken against opposition MPs. 3 Rajya Sabha MPs have been suspended by the chair for entering the well of the House. Remember, as Pallavi was mentioning, 24 MPs have already been suspended. We are now looking at 3 more who have been suspended just minutes ago. For more details, let's go back to Pallavi. Pallavi, that makes the count now to 27 as far as today is concerned.
Yes, that's exactly what I was talking about, that till now 24 MPs have been suspended, both from Lok Sabha as well as Rajya Sabha, and now 3 more, which takes their total up to 27. Well, what the government says is a prerogative of the chairperson in Rajya Sabha, speaker in Lok Sabha. There's a specific rule book which says you cannot carry slogans, banners and go up to the well of the House. But you know, if we've been covering Parliament, we've seen that whichever political party has been in power at the centre, this is something which has never been stopped. I mean, there are MPs who go to the floor of the House, they are suspended and then they come back. So lessons are never really learnt. But I think the clear-cut message going in from the chairperson and the speaker is enough is enough. We are not going to be tolerating this anymore. But the opposition doesn't see it like that. What they're saying is that you don't let us speak, cameras are not focused on us, mics are switched off, and now you don't even want our presence inside the parliament because we are asking you tough questions which you don't want to answer.
Right, Pallavi, stay with us because we'll also like to go across to Arun Dhanta, who's also live on the broadcast. Arun, if you could take us through all these latest developments as we were discussing with Pallavi as well. 3 more MPs have now been suspended. That takes the total count to 27, both from the Rajya Sabha and the Lok Sabha. Having said that, what is the ruling party saying and what are we hearing as far as the speaker is concerned? These are some very tough actions now being taken against. All right, we've lost Arun over there, but for more details, let's also go across to our guests. Today, I'm joined in by Mr. Varun Singh, who's a political analyst, and Ravi Srivastava, who's also a political analyst. Varun, if I could begin with you. We've seen the ruckus today that, of course, seems to have begun with those so-called sexist remarks coming from Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary. Would you rate them as sexist remarks, or as Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary himself is calling this, making a mountain out of a molehill? What are your thoughts?
You know, I would have agreed to Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary's explanation that it was a slip of a tongue had the Congress not in the past proven their agenda against Draupadi Murmu. This is not the first time that a Congress leader has said something that is derogatory for the highest position in this country. Before this, we had another Congress spokesperson who had called Draupadi Murmu representing an evil ideology. And since day one, we have seen how the Congress and many in the opposition have been opposing her for being an Adivasi, opposing her for being a BJP leader. Many even called her a puppet. So, you know, it cannot be taken just as a mere explanation from Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary that it was a slip of a tongue while he was protesting against the ED questioning of another woman who is the party president of Congress. The Congress only cares about the Gandhi family, and that is clear from here. If they cannot, and Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary cannot remember about what position is of the president and what are the nomenclatures, then I think it is high time that this fellow should go back to corporation in Bengal and learn all this basics and come back to the House.
All right. On that note, Ravi Srivastava, do you think that these comments are sexist, anti-tribal as well? Because right at the beginning of, when Draupadi Murmu was about to be appointed as the president formally, there was this big debate about the simple question, which is deceptively simple rather, in terms of how should a female president of a nation be addressed? Your thoughts?
I don't think that there is anything wrong, but the fact is the word is derogatory, no doubt. And this, I think Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary has apologized in no uncertain terms. He has said the English phrase is there as a word slip of tongue, and he has slipped it. He has not done it deliberately. And I think the party president, Mrs. Sonia Gandhi, also has said that he has already apologized. The matter should be addressed. As far as this ruckus in the parliament is concerned, I think this is a responsibility of the ruling party, the government, to run the parliament. If this speed, they are going to suspend the member parliament Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha, I think it would be appropriate if they can suspend the entire opposition and make them sit outside near the Gandhi Murti and run the parliament at their own vision with women fancies. But that's not the case. It's a democracy, and the government is not willing to answer certain very critical issues with regard to the corruption, the fraud, the ED's misuse, the CBI misuse, the central agencies misuse, the inflation, the unemployment, the Agni scheme, all kind of issues which are,
see, as far as ED is concerned, we all know what the Supreme Court had to say, and I think the matter is best rested there. But I do agree with you, Mr. Srivastava, as far as the issue of price rise and GST is concerned, that still awaits the attention of the Parliament. Having said that, many thanks, Varun Singh and Ravi Srivastava, for joining in this discussion. With that, let's now quickly